If I'm not mistaken, USA Today is considered by social media platforms as a top shelf authoritative source. Let's take a look at what they just tweeted a couple days ago. Hey guys, study after study shows that if you want strong bones and muscles, healthy hair, skin, teeth, and nails, you need the 5 types of collagen in your diet. I get mine from BioTrust. I've got a link in the description with a massive discount, and it'll tell you all about it.
And this from USA Today today. I want to show you, this comes from today. This is a tweet from 1/11/22. That's the date that I'm recording this video right here. Look at what the USA Today says. And this is from their official Twitter feed. When most of the public thinks of pedophilia, they assume it's synonymous with child sexual abuse. A pedophile is an adult who is sexually attracted to children, but not all pedophiles abuse kids. And then they say, and some people who sexually abuse kids are not pedophiles. What? What the? I looked at this and I had to read it 2 or 3 times, and I'm like, wait, are they really saying what I think they're saying? Did they really tweet what I think they tweeted? When most of the public thinks of pedophilia, they assume it's synonymous with child sexual abuse. Yeah, that's what it is. It's an adult abusing a child in a sexual way. That's why they're called, that's the meaning of the term pedophilia. A pedophile is an adult who is sexually attracted to children, but not all pedophiles abuse kids. And then it says, and some people who sexually abuse kids are not pedophiles. If you are an adult who sexually abused kid, I don't care if you just did it once. You're a freaking pedophile. You got some sick stuff going on upstairs, man. Sick stuff. I can't even think who are the sickest among us. That would have to top the list, to be an adult and do something like that to a kid. How can it be, in the eyes of USA Today, okay to tweet some people who sexually abuse kids are not pedophiles? How can it be okay with them? So they ended up deleting the tweet, and people got all over them for that. A previous thread, USA Today says, a previous thread did not include all information, and the story it was written about is behind a paywall. We made the decision to delete the thread. Yeah, we know why you did that, because you stuck your big fat foot in your mouth. And it almost seems like a step to normalize this kind of action in these kind of people. If ever this action gets normalized, we are in deeper doo-doo than I ever thought we could be. This person right here says, what's wrong with you people at the USA Today? Seriously, this is bad. Do not start. Yeah, they even said it. Do not start trying to normalize this degeneracy. Do not attempt to cross this line. No matter what level of wokeness you think you're at, this is not something we will accept ever. Moral people can't accept it because, or they wouldn't be moral. If you're accepting of this right here, this definition, you got something wrong with you. That USA Today, and you know they probably have 2 or 3 people in line to edit and look at and determine whether this is going to go up on their public site, on their public platform on Twitter. They meant this. This is who they are. And this doesn't just stop with USA Today. We saw that thing in, what was it, Slate, who tried to go, try to normalize and pacify and try to include into the fold these people with these sick minds who have these sick thoughts about kids. This is off the chart, man. Off the chart. This is the kind of stuff that makes your skin crawl. Makes you think, wait a second, if the higher ups at USA Today released this and they were stupid enough or perverted enough to think that this could be accepted by anybody in the public, man, we got some troubles upon troubles. This is from USA Today. This is the archive of what that tweet was referring to about it being behind a paywall. I had not seen this. I'm seeing this for the first time. What the public keeps getting wrong about pedophilia. Oh, tell us, you wise ones, you perverted ones at USA Today. Pedophilia is viewed as among the most horrifying social ills. I totally agree, but scientists who study the sexual disorders say it's also among the most misunderstood. No, I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think there's any misunderstanding. You got an adult who wants to do something like that to a kid. There ain't no misunderstanding. It's black and white, man. Black and white. There's no gray area there. When most of the public thinks of pedophilia, they assume it's synonymous with child abuse. Okay, so this is a snippet, or the tweet was a snippet of this right here. When most of the public thinks of pedophilia, they assume it's synonymous with child sexual abuse, a pervasive social problem that has exploded to crisis levels online. Researchers who study pedophilia say the term describes an attraction, not an action, and using it interchangeably with abuse fuels misconceptions or misperceptions. The American Psychiatric Association's Diagnostic and Statistics Manual of Mental Disorders, I think we've talked about this in the past, said pedophilia is defined by, quote, recurrent, intense sexual arousing fantasies, sexual urges, or behaviors involving sexual activity with the prepubescent child or children. Scientists have in recent decades improved their understanding of pedophilia's causes, prenatal and early childhood risk factors, as well as how pedophiles can better control impulses. One of the most significant findings is that scientists who study the disorder say pedophilia is determined in the womb, though environmental factors may influence whether someone acts on an urge to abuse. Quote, the evidence suggests it is inborn. It is, oh, so you're born this way. It's neurological, says James Cantor, a clinical psychologist, sex researcher, and former editor-in-chief of Sexual Abuse, a journal of research and treatment. Pedophilia is the attraction to children regardless of whether the person ever harms. So this guy is actually saying you're born this way. Evidence suggests it's inborn. Not all people who sexually abuse children are pedophiles. They're saying that as a statement of fact. Not all people who sexually abuse children are pedophiles. Some pedophiles never abuse children, experts say. And some people, no, I want you to continue on with this thought right here. But they're not. They haven't yet. And some people who sexually abuse children do not sexually prefer them, but use them as a surrogate for an adult partner. They may be disinhibited and antisocial with impulse control problems. Wait a second. Wait. Some pedophiles never abuse children, experts say, and some people who sexually abuse children do not sexually prefer them, but use them as a surrogate for... If you're sexually abusing a child in any way, you're a pedophile. There are child molesters and pedophiles. If you think of Venn diagrams, there's a lot of overlap, says Ann Salter, psychologist, author, and internationally recognized expert who has done over 500 evaluations of high-risk sex offenders. Do you have the qualifications she does, Brian? Then you can't disagree with Ann until you get the credentials she's got. Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can. It's like people talking about Building 7 that came down neatly in its own footprint. Are you a structural engineer? Well, then you better believe the official story that says a couple fires on a couple of levels of that 47-story steel frame office structure. It actually came down with those fires. There was no controlled demolition. Come on. You're not a structural engineer. You don't have to be. There are the people who are sexually attracted to children, and then there are some people who molest kids who are not pedophiles. What? There are some people who molest kids who are not pedophiles. They molest kids because of anger. They molest kids because they're scared of adult women. They molest kids to get revenge, but they don't actually have an age preference for preview. This is so disgusting. This is so disgusting, man. Wow. This woman gets paid to do this kind of research? Holy cow. I'm done with that. That is a pile of steaming BS.
While we have time and it still retains some of its perceived value, maybe it'd be a good idea to convert your worthless fiat into valuable, storable food. Don't be the one who waits till the food riots start happening. You don't want to be fighting panicking people in the store over that last jar of peanut butter. At Prepare with High Impact Flicks, you can get up to 3 air and watertight gasket-sealed ammo cans, each filled with a 4-week emergency supply. 7 food varieties, 2,000 calories a day, 284 servings, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and each meal comes in a resealable, heavy-duty 4-layered pouch. And it's got a 25-year shelf life. Every order of a 4-week supply gets you $100 off plus free shipping. Here's how simple it is to make. I'm gonna cook up some Granny's home-style potato soup. People are gonna think I'm a culinary hero. You open the pouch, boil 4.5 cups of water, stir the contents, simmer on low heat for 15 to 20 minutes, take it off the heat, then let it set for 2 to 3 minutes before you serve it up.
Man, this stuff's so good. People are going to think Granny stopped by and filled your kitchen with a whole bunch of love.
Well, if Granny does stop by, she's gonna fill your behind with a whole bunch of buckshot if you keep talking with your mouth full. Wipe your dang beard off. It's embarrassing. So maybe convert some of your worthless fiat into valuable food while you still can. Order now and get $100 off of up to 3 4-week emergency food supplies at preparewithhighimpactflix.com. The link is in the description.